Welcome to The Explainer. In the world of football, you have rising stars, right? And then, every once in a while, you get a talent who doesn't just rise, they erupt. They show up so complete, they seem to bend the game's history to their will. Well, today, we're telling the story of a prodigy who is doing exactly that.
And we're not going to start at the beginning. No. Let's throw you right into the deep end, the semi-final of Euro 2024. There was a record on the line that night, one that had stood for an eternity, set by the immortal Pelé himself all the way back in 1958. For 66 years, that record was untouchable. It was more than a number, it was a symbol of youthful genius at the highest level. And then, as the world watched, it finally incredibly fell.
At just 16 years and 362 days old, Lamine Yamal didn't just break the record for the youngest player to appear in a major tournament semifinal. He went and scored a stunning goal. Talk about announcing yourself on the world's biggest stage.
So, the big question is, how? How does a teenager get to that point, toppling legends on his way? Well, that journey started in one of football's most sacred grounds, the famous academy, La Masia.
Just look at this timeline. What's absolutely staggering is the sheer speed of his rise. From his local team to getting scouted by Barça when he was just 7 years old, he just flew through the youth ranks. He was moving way faster than any of his peers, a talent so massive it just couldn't be held back.
And that incredible pace, that undeniable talent, was always going to lead to one place. Let's get into how that raw potential exploded into a full-blown breakthrough for one of the biggest clubs on the planet.
15 years, 9 months, and 16 days. Just let that sink in for a second. In April of 2023, Lamine Yamal walked onto the pitch for FC Barcelona's senior team, making him the youngest player to ever represent the club. History right there.
And since that debut, it has just been a relentless assault on the history books. Seriously, the records just kept tumbling. Youngest to 50 games for Barça, youngest goal scorer in the Clásico, and of course, the youngest ever to play in and win a European championship. You see, he's not just playing the game. He's completely resetting the bar for what we thought was possible for a player his age.
But look, records are the what. We need to get into the how. What is it about his game that makes him so special? Let's break down the anatomy of this prodigy.
The guy is a tactical chameleon. You can stick him on the right wing, have him lead the line as a striker, or drop him into an attacking midfield role, and he just uses that wicked left foot to cause absolute chaos. But it's the combination of skills that's just electric. He's got that explosive pace to burn past defenders, but also the silky smooth control to dance through tight spaces. And on top of it all, he's just fearless. Okay, the eye test tells you he's a phenomenal talent. But what about the cold, hard data? Does it actually back up the hype? Oh, you better believe it does. Let's dive in. Okay, look at this. During the 2025/26 season, he's in the 96th percentile for goals scored and the 99th, the absolute top tier, for assists. This tells you he's not just a goal scorer, and he's not just a playmaker. He is an elite, dual-threat weapon operating at the very top in both categories. And this chart, this just puts it all into perfect perspective. You combine his goals and his assists, and he is directly involved in 0.96 goals every 90 minutes he's on the pitch. Let me put that another way. Pretty much every single time he plays a full game, he has either scored a goal or created one for a teammate. That level of output is just insane. But this number, this one might be the most outrageous of them all. 9.63. You know what that is? That's how many times he tries to dribble past an opponent every single game. That number puts him in the 99th percentile, a statistical category he's basically in all by himself. He is, simply put, Europe's king of the dribble, a player who creates something out of nothing over and over again. So you've got this record-breaking talent, you've got the mind-bending stats, and you know what that leads to? Trophies. A trophy cabinet that most veterans could only dream of. I mean, just take a look at this haul. He's already conquered Europe with Spain, he's won multiple domestic titles with Barcelona, and oh yeah, he's already been crowned the best young player on the entire planet with the Copa Trophy. This isn't some list of future goals, this is what he's already done. So, at an age when most footballers are just hoping, just praying for their first chance, Lamine Yamal has already won the biggest prizes and carved his name into the history books. He's laid the foundation for a truly all-time great career, and it leaves all of us with one simple, electrifying question: if this is just the beginning, what on earth comes next?